Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope everyone enjoyed their weekend, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful Monday. Today's topic is going to be about energy vampires. Um, yeah, I'm just going to jump straight into it. So energy vampires, they are real. Throughout, my process in recovery, I discovered what energy vampires really are. Um, I didn't know that something like that existed, but they do. And people throw the word energy around a lot, but it's a huge, it's bigger than what you think. Okay, it's way bigger than what you think. Um, so going throughout my phases of, trying to get sober, um, I started to notice that I had the good people and the bad people. I had the ones that were in my ear, like, hey, you're not fun because you don't drink. You know what I mean? Like, you can drink, you could take like a shot, just a shot. You just got to learn how to control it. Not knowing that that very thing is what was deteriorating me inside, okay? So just because another person can handle something does not mean that that thing is for you. You get what I'm saying? Um, and I would say that that person is a good example of an energy vampire because while I was in the process of trying to do better and build myself up, they were trying to drag me back down to the same low energy that they had. You get what I'm saying? And when I say that this person drank constantly, every day, every single day, and like I said, this is a judgment free zone because I myself I did the same thing. Like if you knew me, you knew me. Now you say, well, people say, what if you know, you know. Yeah. Um, but not only that, later on, right down the line, um, another thing, like I believe in God, like so strong, right? Um, and that is, hey, if it's offensive to someone, I don't, but hey, whatever. Um, so it was a person that I knew, okay? And the person that I knew, like they would constantly like go around quoting stuff out of the Bible and um just, that type of person. Like, all for God. But in the same midst of that, that person was also doing the very things in the Bible that are so awful. And it's like, people really like followed behind this person. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar in the Bible when they call it a false leader, but people really like followed behind this person, and I don't want to get too in depth with that, but again, that's another source of an energy vampire. That's a strong energy vampire because he had people literally follow behind him. Like they, worshiped him. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't know all of the bad things about this person until I got to know this person. But now, like later on, now that I'm, where I am in life, um, I noticed that when I was around that person, I was like, they were rubbing off on me. They were rubbing off on me really, really bad. And that is something dangerous to play with, okay? Um, if you are a person who believes in God and somewhat of the word, it is not really a good thing to run around here and really tell people that you're God. That's crazy. um we all have God inside of us. I don't want to make my page too spiritual um, to offend anyone, but yeah, I just want to put that out there. We do all have God inside of us. But when someone has a God complex, that is totally different. Um, and especially when they're teaching the wrong things like that, that's horrible. Um, but yeah, so energy vampires, they can be in a relationship, like it could be a substance. For me, my energy vampire was definitely a substance. It was drinking. Um, I also had people who I communicate with that I had to cut communications with because every time that they would speak to me, they would make me depressed because it was never anything positive that they, had to say to me. Like it was always, I'm about to get evicted, or, or this is happening, or did you hear what happened with so and so? while you're taking the time to absorb all of this stuff, like I'm cutting myself off, but while you're taking the time to absorb all of this stuff, um you're basically like you're lowering your own energy. So like a lot of people ask me questions about music. I am so like in tune with myself and like where I'm at, like it's such a beautiful feeling that I love music. Don't get me wrong. Like I love music so much, but like I literally it give me a headache nowadays because it's like it has no meaning. A lot of it doesn't have any meaning behind it. um, and like I'm so at peace that like I actually like to hear my thoughts. Like I want to hear my thoughts. And hearing my thoughts, you know what I mean? It feels so much better than a lot of the stuff that I hear on the radio. Like, you know, especially when I came, from living that life. I was in the club every single night. So chances are you'll never see me in a club, okay? Ever, ever, ever. But yeah, so because I believe that, when they say see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, yeah, that's true because that all has to do with energy. The things that you listen to, the things that you consume, um, the people that, you're around, the things that you speak out of your mouth, all of that plays into energy. Okay. So you're allowing negative things inside once you do that. So, like, I don't know, getting stuck on social media and getting stuck into music and another big thing, like, because I get real when I'm going to talk, because, my videos, none of them are going to be perfect. Um, but like when people listen to like rap music and stuff like that, the funniest thing to me, especially with men, okay, with men, like they listen to these rap songs like about how, in the songs how the guys dog the females and what not and blah blah blah. Then you got the women who, they popping this and they popping that and blah 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 blah. Do you guys know that half of these people are just making money and that they're really not even doing any of the stuff that they're saying? And it is so funny to me that again, like that's an energy. That is a energy because there are people who are going around now. What do they want to do? They're running around pum pum because they heard it in a song. Or, ooh, I got six girlfriends because I heard it in a song. Or, ooh, I'm going to go sleep with his best friend because I heard it in a song. That's a way of me saying how energy is so real and how it comes in so many forms. It's like poisoning yourself. Um, so, I mean, you really got to pay attention to what you allow your ears, and your mind and your heart and, even your home and everything, your place of peace. You have to protect your energy. So that means protecting your energy by any means. That means even if you got to switch your friends, you switch the kind of music you're listening to, um, people, places, things like it's really big. It starts there because every change, like it starts like from, inside out. Um, and like so when you're like energy can take a big part in like if you believe that you can't do something, more than likely you can't achieve it because whatever you believe in your mind, that's how powerful your mind is. Like it is really a tool. Like so whatever you believe in, more than likely you will create that as your reality. So be careful what you believe in. Be careful what you allow your mind and your heart and so on to consume. Um, I did take a little bit of notes this time. Okay. And another way too. So energy vampires. The devil actually uses energy vampires. He also uses like substances, places, things. He uses that kind of stuff to distract you from whatever it is that God wants you to do. The devil will send whatever he knows that you're weak for, he'll keep on sending it to keep you where he wants you. Okay? So again, that's another in a form. You get what I'm saying? Like it could be a person, it can be your ex-boyfriend, it could be your baby daddy. And it's hard to let those things go. But again, today we're protecting our peace and we're talking about energy, right? So, I'm not gonna make this video super long, but I do want to tell a story, right? Um, so the story that I want to tell is about the long relationship that I was in. All right, again, energy vampires. Okay, so like during the beginning of our relationship, even though like me and this person like we were drinking and whatnot, I started to see the darkness like in that person's eyes. Like I started to feel the detachment, right? Um, but it also made me inside, I was already going through the phases of a breakup, but I was still there. So, um, a story I can give you that like, lets you know how, an energy vampire can really have effect on your life is because for one, I'm talking about it now and it was a while ago, but some things they stick in your head. Like I was literally not doing anything. He was upset within himself for things that he had going on in his personal life. Okay. Um, and I was sitting on the floor, painting. I was painting a picture and out of nowhere, he comes and he kicks over the paint and he was like, "You stupid B word. What kind of grown woman sits there and paints?" And I felt like crap about that for a very long time. Like, because I felt like I was doing something wrong. But again, it it wasn't never me. It was the energy. I was around the wrong energy. So again, like I have so many stories to go into about that, but I want you guys to tell me some stuff, like some experiences you guys have had with energy vampires, um, because they're everywhere. They can be relatives, they can be friends, they can be substances. Um, Let me know because I really do want to know. And follow me, subscribe, like, comment, share. I'm new to this. Um, I always want to leave you guys with something, at least a good word, right? So tonight when you go to bed, try something that I try every night. When I go to bed, I always ask my higher power. I pray and I ask him to bless me with more wisdom, knowledge, strength, and courage, you know? And I do that faithfully every single night. So you guys enjoy your Monday because my baby's waking up from her nap and I'm gonna go cook. And you guys take a little bit of time and think about the energy vampires that you have in your life. Um, yeah. And if I can help you in any kind of way, hit me up.